right here. I wash it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to chop half of it off. I'm gonna cut my beard half off. I'm gonna try to get more clean. Cut the beard half off. And I'm gonna cut this all out. You lie? Alright. Yes, it's fucking. Alright. Well, open up, big bro. All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We the Hebrew Israelites coming in week in and week out to preach the downfall of this wicked kingdom. That's spiritually Egypt, that's spiritually Babylon that we call America. And also tell our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Seminole Indians, that they are the real people of the Bible, Hebrew Israelites, Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's chosen people. But first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders on the truth from GMS. Blessings to the Aki, my dear, preaching his word, Mahor, true sincerity. Blessed to the 144,000, 1/3 entirely, the first fruits kingdom of heaven, Asa David, Yah, Dawadah. And shalom to you brothers out there speaking in different tongues and looking at different nations. Shalom to you brothers.
Alright, so we out here on this Friday. Okay, like the brother said, we out here to tell you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans your true nationality and heritage. Alright, and why is it so important to know your true history and who you are? Because there's an old saying that if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where to go, all right, or where you're going. And why it is very important to know where you're going, because the state of the world that you know is coming to an end. All right, democracy, capitalism, all this sovereignty, everything you see in this world is coming to an end. All right, there's not going to be no more fighting over lands, fighting over resources, fighting over politics, okay, fighting for the power seat. Because there's going to be one power, and that's going to be Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? That's going to be Yahweh Shai coming down on the earth, and then he's going to have, it's going to be Yahweh Shai, David.
It's going to be reigning, Yahweh Shai reigning supreme, the supreme
exactly.
king.
Yep.
And then the hierarchy will be King David,
the 144.
So look at Yahweh Shai as being the king of the earth, and then like the 5-star general. Even though I'm only speaking just hear me out, layman terms. Even though there are going to be many kings and rulers and judges on the earth. The hierarchy is going to be Yahweh Shai, King David, 144,000, and the elect. That's all. All right? What? So, shalom.
Go for election, 12 tribes. Shalom.
Shalom, brother. So this is Isaiah 2. I'm starting at 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days. Isaiah 2 and 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. It shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Yeah, all nations are going to flow into the nation of Israel, okay? So-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, who are really the Israelites according to the Bible, when Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, when he makes his second coming, he's coming to do two things. To wage war against the nations, and condemning Esau, putting Esau in slavery, essentially, and to bring salvation and deliverance for the Israelites, okay? So-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, those who are in captivity and oppressed in this world, okay? The meek of the earth, they're going to inherit the earth. Once he puts us into our power seat, we're then going to be glorified, we're going to be given power, blessings, and then we're going to, ultimately, we're going to rule the earth. All right, we're going to rule over the heathen.
With the iron rod, too.
With the iron rod, man. And there's nothing that no one's going to be able to do about it, because the creator of this planet is coming to put his power back on the earth. And it's no more, again, is he going to allow wickedness to prosper in this world. Wickedness won't even exist in this world, man. He's going to, that whole balance thing of good and evil is coming to an end. All right, because you heathen, you're going to be prone to going off and things like that, but you're not going to be doing wickedness. You're not going to be doing witchcraft, and because as soon as the moment you even think and try that shit, man, you're going to have a fucking Israelite man at your door. Doom, doom, doom.
And I'm going to say, I'm going to add on to that, not even the fact that they want an Israelite man at the door, it's going to be because the truth is going to be on the earth. You're going to know that the Lord Yahweh controls the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So you trying to do witchcraft is basically telling the Lord, like, the Lord going to be like, bro, what makes you think I'm going to allow that power to even go that way anymore? You know? And then you're going to see a Superman in his cape flying in the wind, not even knocking the door, going to fucking fuse through the door.
Like, yo,
death.
Cut that shit out.
Not even.
Man,
put him to death, bring him back.
and they send him to a digging planet with a spoon.
Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Yep. Hey, so out of Zion, right, is going to come forth the law. Zion is just the Israelites, okay? So out of our house is going to be the law that's going to govern the earth. Okay, so the law of the Bible is going to be what is going to be the world's standard, the world's morality. All right. Okay, so when we get into that power seat, all of the nations are going to come to us, and they're going to become trying to assimilate themselves into our world. They're going to say, hey, teach me your ways, teach me your customs, man. Because ultimately, they don't want to be put to death. They don't want to be dead.
Yeah, verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yep, so there's going to be no more war on the earth, all right?
There'll be no point of war on the earth because everything will be in its rightful place. So look, you got to think. Esau, also, mind you, the power of powers is on the earth. You ain't going to want no smoke. Now, you're going to have Edomites in that 1,000 years that they're going to be in slavery trying to have their uprisings. And it's actually probably going to be fun for us. Like, they've been trying to collect weapons and re-engineer the tools we gave them to dig. They're trying to turn it into laser beams and shit, trying to see if they can fight against us. We gonna let them.
Right.
And as soon as their uprising happens, we gonna just be out there having fun and shit. You know what I'm saying? But one of the main reasons that there will be no point of war is because once the righteous are in authority, you got to say, it even says the people shall not mourn. Why? Because, I think you might have to get that too. You got to think, the air is not going to be polluted by Esau. The waters are going to give forth its full yield. The fish. You got to think about all the animals and stuff that were once extinct are going to be back. There's going to be a rightful order of things, man. Then you'll be able to drink water and actually it will sustain you at that time. You'll actually be able to breathe air and not have to worry about aluminum and different metals. You'll be able to eat food and actually get energy like it's meant to be. Nourishment. You know, you wouldn't have to. You also got to think the laws shall be the laws, statutes, commandments will be established on the earth worldwide, where you're not going to have to worry about another man trying to sleep with your wife. Because what will happen with that? The way to sin is death. Now, mind you, the Israelites, the elected 144,000 in the kingdom, the laws are going to be written within us, so we're not going to be able to sin anyway. But the heathen still going to be able to sin, but the laws are going to be so absolute at that point.
We're going to be the judges.
And we're going to be the judges that they're already going to know, like, yo, bro, did you really just look at that man girl like that?
So if somebody in a heathen world, somebody actually do sleep with someone else's wife, they can take that man to court. It ain't going to be no trying to take it into your own hands and cuss your wife out and get mad and break up. No, it's just going to be simple. All right, I'm taking you to court. Yep. He going to come petition, hey, man, this guy, he slept with my wife and committed adultery. So we're gonna say, all right, we're gonna bring the court together. We're gonna bring the court. We already gonna know the truth.
But we're gonna sit there and let the proceedings happen.
We're gonna say, all right, speak your case. Okay.
But
damn, this bitch really gonna sit here and lie? Okay. This nigga really gonna lie? All right.
Well, look. We're
gonna bring it up with some. It's gonna be like some type of like.
on
we're gonna like some water shit. Like
right.
This is what happened.
Playback.
It's gonna be like this. Yeah, kind. Okay. You have been sentenced to death. And then however we do that, we're gonna do that.
And then and by that punishment,
it's gonna strike fear.
It's gonna strike fear. But mind you, not strike fear just in us. It's gonna be striking fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua into the world, man. Because the true power and the law is reestablished on the earth, man.
They're gonna be like, yo, man. They gonna think twice about it. Yo, man, should I steal from this man? Hey, yo, we're gonna go back to that man, cut his hands off, man. Yo, you stole? All right, cut his right hand off.
Yeah, exactly.
Now motherfuckers gonna think twice. Damn, I don't want to steal, because it's no more gonna be. Oh, it's not about getting away with it, or if you got a good enough lawyer. No, the moment you commit a crime, we're gonna know, and you will be judged.
Look at that lady right there. All right, so a few camps ago, a lady that Ariel had aired out, Edomite lady, see her in the window right there looking.
Oh, I remember.
She came over
right
here.
there.
She came over here. Hey guys, I see you guys out here recording every day. What are you guys doing? Yeah. And then he just started going in.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh, I remember
You
that.
just like,
Did you go to slavery?
oh
Yeah,
damn, he
I'm
must have
like,
been mad that day.
I ain't just in the spirit. I mean, he's like nosy ass, like you know, he got
Yeah.
he got a disdain. Now, mind you,
Yeah.
you should have a disdain, you know. So the purple wasn't going off and nothing like that. But she in the window right now, looking over at us, seeing what we doing. But I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just hilarious that she's sitting there staring at us with her blonde hair.
I got some. It's
I think we can't see her.
yeah, I know.
No, she know we can see her.
You know we can see her. What?
It's Proverbs 29:2. I got another one as well. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yep, say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Ultimately, why? Going back to the prophecy in Genesis where it says that through Abraham's seed, all right, the nation shall be blessed, right? Meaning that when the Israelites become in power, the world and the earth is going to be renewed again. It's going to be lively again. So even though the heathen are going to be in subjection unto us, they're going to be happy to be servants unto us. Why? Because ultimately they're going to be servants to a righteous Lord, man. They're going to be servants to a just in a just world. All right, they'll come and serve us, but then they'll know they'll be able to go home and they're going to be able to eat fresh food that's going to nourish their body. You know they're going to be able to breathe. They're going to breathe clean air. They're going to be able to live in a real world without worrying about all this pestilence and disease. They're going to have real natural healers. Man.
They're gonna thrive.
But don't get it twisted. They're
thrive, bro.
gonna have the worst nation. The worst nation in the sun. The East Edomite, so-called white man, gonna have so much disdain in that day because every nation's going to nations are already coming together and figuring out that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. But in that day, when the kingdom is established, they're gonna be hissing at these motherfuckers like, you know what? It's your fucking fault.
Right, yeah.
It's you motherfuckers did this, man. Yep. Y'all the one, yo, bro. That's why for those 1,000 years that the Esau and the other nations are gonna have to be in slavery, the Edomites are gonna be cleaning up their pollution.
Anytime an Edomite come through the town, the heathen town, you gotta be
shame. That it's your fault. Now they're gonna feel their own shame because they all had a hand in they all according to Psalms 83, they all had a hand in Jacob's demise, Israel's demise. But the brother, the evil twin brother, Edomites, the Esau, so the white man, is gonna feel it the most, man, because he thought himself to be as God. He thought himself to be greater than everyone.
Made the other nations to drink of his wickedness.
And he made the other nations drink of his wickedness, and that's why they can be hissing at him, man.
Poisoned the whole entire world with their philosophy.
Yep.
Here it is now. You got certain, Esau trying to fucking condemn African countries for not accepting LGBTQ people, man. You got certain Arab countries now starting to allow their women to have rights.
Yep.
Just due to the influence of America, man. Wow. And that's completely off because these Arab countries, man, ultimately they're doing things the right way, man. In a sense.
In a sense, I would say in a sense.
In a sense, they're doing things the right way because they're nothing but copies after us, man. Our culture,
copycats. Yep.
You know what I mean? But through the spirit, they're ultimately doing things the right way when it comes to those certain things, man. Like having order and women have certain rights, and it's ultimately just to protect them and not just them, but keep society in order. But here in America, everything's flipped upside down. So you got women ruling over. You got all type of different legislations and policies and laws in place to uphold women and bring men down, which is ultimately throwing chaos in order.
I watched a documentary. It was like a little quick documentary on how this Edomite was going in on Satanism, and he was like, well, you also understand something. Satan is gay. Satan is a homosexual, and that's why he's trying to put his laws and the ways he wants things to be on the earth. He's trying to make everything like him and everything about him. He's trying to establish his sense of righteousness on the earth before the Lord comes back. Now the Edomite didn't say Yahweh Shai or Yahweh, but he was like, before the Lord comes back. Well, think about it. When you want people When you want to rule, you want people to what? Take on your philosophies and be like you. You want everything that you do to be a norm or normalcy, you know. So he was saying that Satan is gay, and it caught me off guard because I've never heard anyone say Satan was gay.
Flag.
That's fine. Doesn't matter.
Shalom, Malak Tamayam, Yahawada. Shalom.
Con.
Shalom.
I also got something on the debt ceiling too.
That's my last one, and y'all can probably switch gears a little bit. Isaiah 14:7-8. It says the whole earth is at rest and it's quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us.
Yep. Hey, and that's just really ultimately going into the world being at rest. All right, the world doesn't have to sit here and be oppressed anymore. Really, just talking about the earth first, you know.
And also, Esau not gonna have opportunity to be cutting trees no more. That's
Right.
what fellow goes into.
Exactly. So you're gonna start having more trees on the earth, man. We're no longer gonna be building homes and buildings with
Shit, like,
trees,
going back to the
wood.
Avatar type joints.
We're gonna start building, bro. We're gonna start building homes with, well, you know,
Well,
our
shit,
buildings.
That shit gonna be
Our
precious
build-
stones, man.
Yeah.
Us, we gonna be on some other shit.
As far as the heathen,
They gonna-
we'll probably end up giving the heathen some type of renewable resource.
Yeah.
But that doesn't affect the economy.
Maybe after 1,000 years, as they working and they stacking their grade up, one or two might after a while get afford rubies and shit
Oh,
like that.
yeah. You never know. And also, you
know.
gotta say something. At that time, man, see, the thing about Esau, the so-called white man, he's greedy, man. He takes and takes and takes. He needs more and more and more. He's like a parasite that just can't get enough. You know, and that's why he over cutting down the trees and stuff like that. That's why the scriptures talk about that they won't be able to cut the trees down and stuff like that. Everything's gonna be renewed, man. There was ancient trees that rose into the heavens. They say that the mind you gotta think the walls is 1,500 furlongs. You think we ain't gonna have trees in the kingdom 1,500 fucking furlongs high? We gonna have this. We gonna have what they used to.
No, furlongs wise is 12,000.
Well, you know what,
Miles is 1,500.
You know what I mean? Salaki. You know what I mean? 12,000 miles. We gonna have trees up into the atmosphere, man.
Big as shit.
Bro, it's gonna be like, you know, them Avatar trees.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Bro,
We see Avatar trees
It's
coming
gonna be
back.
on some whole. You know what I mean? Like we gonna have what we can't fathom now. We will have then, man. All right. And switching gears a little bit to get into what the world events. We all know upcoming is supposed to be the debt ceiling. The debt ceiling was supposed to be June 1st and pushed it back to June 5th. Now, there's an article that came out that says breakthrough on debt deal would raise limit, but will Freedom Caucus accept? So there's an opposition of people who are trying to stop the debt ceiling because they think that it's minuscule. And then there's a group of people who are like, well, look, if we don't get this done, so many jobs are gonna close. They said 1,400, around roughly 1,400 stores are gonna close nationwide if the debt ceiling is not fixed. That's Walmart's, Kroger's, Targets, supermarkets. You got to think these supermarkets are going to be closing down too. Where are we getting the food from? And most supermarkets now, in certain areas, a carton of chicken, a regular carton of chicken is $20. Something that used to be like $5.99 is now $20. And in LA alone, a gallon of milk is up to $9. So inflation and the debt ceiling is starting to make things very scarce. So if the debt ceiling doesn't get fixed, 1,400 department stores are going to close. That's Macy's, Targets. You gotta think where all you get your goods from. That peace and safety that Americans felt like they had, that luxury to be able to buy what they want when they want, is coming to an end, right? It's coming to an end, and we know this is a perfect storm to get ready for Jacob's trouble. And I understand that it seems like that we're repetitive and we keep saying things over and over, but these are the things that are prevalent right now. These are the prophecies that are speaking. These are the things that the Lord is telling us to say, man. The Spirit of the Lord is upon the children of Israel to say, look, man, warn the people, warn the people, warn the people.
Hey, listen, Moses prophesied that the rain was going to, Noah prophesied for 100 years that it was going to rain, man. And the people definitely said to him, yo, man, you've been talking about this for 100 years, man. For 98 years, bro. 99 years, bro. You've been talking about this. And then they all scoffed and mocked him until what? Until the rain came, man. So the same thing's going to happen here on this earth, man. We've been prophesying most of these things for the last decade or so, or two, man. And guess what? We're going to do it until it comes to pass. Because surely it's going to come to pass, man.
So I'm getting into the article. It says, with the X date for potential U.S. default now estimated as June 5th, That's literally like what, 8 days from now. It says House GOP and White House negotiators appears to be settling on an agreement to raise the debt limit and cap federal spending for 2 years. For 2 years, right? That said, while the two sides have whittled down their differences over the past several days, the details are tentative and a final agreement is not yet in sight. The two sides have yet to agree on the amount of cap. However, under the emerging agreement, defense spending would be allowed to rise 3% next year. So listen to that. Even with the debt ceiling being at its peak, they are still talking about what? War. The defense spending will go up by another 3%, and 3% could be a couple more billion.
Yeah, billion. Yeah.
A couple more billion. So these people, the Esau knows, look, we still got to prepare for war, but at the same time, we got to keep the people calm before we fucking say checkmate on them. When checkmate is already here, man. You know? People are not understanding that with those 1,400 stores closing nationwide, there goes almost 8 million jobs, right? There goes higher inflation in prices, because mind you, when the stores are closed, that means how do you get your food now? If supermarkets are closed, you're gonna have to order it online. Now they can charge you higher tariffs, higher prices for the same goods you can walk to the corner store to get. You know, you got to think, with people not having jobs, the unemployment rate is going to skyrocket, and then more what? The government spending is going to be even higher, because now people are going to be filing for what? Unemployment. Then you got to think about Social Security and all these other retirement plans that people thought they were going to have. All those things are going to come to an end as well, right? And we're leading closer and closer and closer into Jacob's trouble. All right, go ahead.
6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Suddenly the sown places shall be unsown. So you Americans, you Babylonians, are so used to abundance, man. Americans are so used to the leisure, being able to just, like, look, perfect example. We got a pizza, chicken, steak store right here, right? And there's people gradually just in there, just chilling. Let me get a pizza real quick. Let me get some chicken wings, man. Let me just grab me a little quick cheese steak. Me in Philly.
I'm hungry. Let me just go order me some food.
Let me go order some food real quick. You got to think, these businesses got to go get their supplies from a bigger corporation. And if those corporations are closing and there's not enough food on the shelves, how are they going to run a business? How are you going to be able to walk in here and get you a little halal platter? Let me get some chicken over rice, chicken and lamb over rice. You ain't going to be able to do that. I remember when chicken and lamb over rice was like $5.
Yeah, it was.
Now chicken and lamb over rice be like 11, 12, 9, 11, 12 for the same little platter. You go the Chinese store, the Chinos, we used to get let me get 4 chicken wings and fried rice on a platter.
Like $5.
It used to be like $4.50.
Yeah, $4.50.
Now you go, they be like 4 chicken wings. 4 chicken wings. They're gonna be like $8. And with the fried rice, they charge the fried. Khan, the brother just said that. Yeah, Khan, we're gonna grab that now.
Yahweh, Ecclesiastes 12:3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened.
Khan, man, it says, and the grinding cease, but that means work, when the work has ceased. Not to mention AI is already projected to take over in the first quarter of this year, to take over 1 million jobs just from AI. They're using AI now for in colleges writing papers. They're talking about AI taking over to teach in schools, so teachers are going to be out of jobs. They're talking about AI working in factories with their machines now. All the grinding is coming to a halt, man. So many people are about to be out of a job, man. If you're not in a job that is in high demand, right? As a matter of fact, I'll even use
AI can't do.
I'll even use telecommunications. You ever try to call customer care for any motherfucking company now? You gotta call customer care for, let's say, the electrical bill, your cell phone bill, your cable bill. Now it's all automated prompts the whole time. And you sitting there going like, can I get a representative? And then literally there's a robot that'll go, I can do exactly what the representative would do. Just tell me a little bit more about what you need and I can help. No, I wanna speak to somebody. Oh no, we'll charge an extra $5 if you speak to somebody on the phone. If you do any transactions, here's an extra 15. They're trying to get everybody away from speaking to people,
It's
man.
also because they probably didn't drop their call centers
yep.
call centers down by like 50% or more. Man.
Yep. Or outsource to other countries.
Yep.
You know, to cut
Cheap
costs.
labor.
Cheap labor.
They'll pay a motherfucker in India $2 an hour, $3 an hour instead of paying somebody here in America 20
Yep.
with benefits and you know what I mean.
Exactly. Con,
They'll pay a motherfucker in India $2 or Indonesia $3-4 an hour. That's it.
Con. Continuing our article, it says, we're making progress and our goal is to make sure that we get a deal because default is unacceptable, said Deputy Treasury Secretary Wally Adeyemo, who warned CNN that payments to Social Security beneficiaries, veterans, and others would be delayed in the event of a default. Also, wanted to add this with a default. If the government defaults, the Federal Reserve is no longer going to be able to pay out money, which in turn, your bills are going to stop because there's no way to pay back something with nothing.
Right, true.
So what they're literally saying is the banks will have to default and then be paying the Federal Reserve back the money that was loaned to them. In turn, you won't have to pay a certain bill. Like you might not pay your electricity bill. You might not have to pay your water bill. Your mortgage, the housing market might default where you might not have to pay a mortgage. Like, why am I paying you when the money is worth nothing?
Right. Like they actually pulling money from what? Like what exactly do you want?
But they've been pulling money from nothing, man.
Yeah.
This system, Esau's system, the so-called white man system, was a means to an end, man.
Hey, yo, you know, I saw earlier today, too, that the Chinese yuan is doing very successful at being transacted between it and other sources. One was natural gas. It's being transacted pretty well. And it got Iran and Iraq are coming together again since 2016, where they was beefing, and they kind of coming together alongside with
And
the
the only
Spanish
reason why
yuan,
Iran and
Chinese
Iraq was
yuan.
beefing is because America jumped in.
Yeah.
And Saddam Hussein was once an ally. Gaddafi was once an ally. But then once America smelled blood in the water and wanted what they wanted, the so-called white man do what? He takes everything, man.
Yeah, I'm
You
starting.
ain't useful anymore, man. They
Dispose of you, man.
That's the fame and character and shit like that.
Con.
Cast you out as an enemy.
Well,
and then through their media, they then go ahead and brainwash the people into believing that you're the problem.
Come
You're
on.
the enemy. We have to come together as Americans because these people on the outside want to take what's ours. When in reality, it's the complete opposite, man. America's in every other country's business, in every other country's land, oppressing and stealing and taking, man.
So it says the president has committed to making sure that we have a good faith negotiation with the Republicans to reach a deal because the alternative is catastrophic for all Americans. The emerging deal would also include a measure to upgrade the nation's electrical grid to be able to handle the massive requirements of renewable energy, a key goal for Democrats while speeding up permits for pipelines and other fossil fuel projects demanded by Republicans. The deal would also cut $10 billion from an $80 billion increase for the IRS. Wow. That the Biden administration included in the Inflation Reduction Act after Republicans warned of a wave of audits led by new agents. Democrats say the increase will pay for itself via less tax cheating. As we noted earlier, putting the deal in context, the plan passed by the House GOP would reduce fiscal year 24 spending by $130 billion, or about 0.5%. So damn, I was wrong. $130 billion is 0.5%, but they still have an increase of 3% for fucking military spending.
Oh, wow.
So 130 billion times 6. Times 6.
130
Billion times 6. I can do it real quick. It's 130 times 6. $780 billion in spending increase for defense. Fucking crazy, bro.
I don't care about it. I don't care about it.
No, they don't care about the people at all, man. This is proof right here. And mind you, when they talk about spending money for the electrical grid,
It's Zephaniah 1 and 11. It says how Malak Tamayan Yahawada Shalom again, brother. Dawada, Zephaniah 1 and 11. Oh, he got 1 and 10 first. Zephaniah 1 and 10, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. And it says,
All about attention, bro.
Bro, he literally started, he seen us over here and he gonna look over at us and shit and start rapping Jay-Z verse. Give a flying fuck, man. Bro,
Hold on.
Jake is flashing
Hold on,
by
I'll
nature,
get it.
man. Yeah, by nature. If you go through the kingdom too. They gonna be evil rap in the fucking kingdom. Yo, what's crazy about this is, in Jacob's trouble, it's gonna be the same shit out here. But motherfuckers gonna have weapons and they gonna be shooting to kill.
Right.
Bro, it's gonna be all out anarchy and chaos.
You hear dirt bikes.
You wanna hear dirt bikes, motherfuckers
You
be
know,
having-
like, yo,
I gotta get the fuck out of here. Are you here? Are you? Motherfuckers gonna be. You hear that? You hear that? Yo, go, come on. Hide.
motherfuckers on dirt bikes, wheeling and shit.
What's that? A Mad Max.
Rifles in their hands.
Mad
and shit.
Max. It's gonna be Mad Max out here, man.
Motherfuckers riding around on dirt bikes with axes and shit. Riding next to you. Scream.
Just for the fuck of it, bro. Just for the fuck of it, or try to harvest you to eat you, man, because there ain't gonna be no food out here. Man, if I can read that.
Yep. Zephaniah 1 and 10 and 11 again. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Zephaniah 1 and 11. Howl ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut off, are cut down, and all they that bear silver are cut off.
Mind you, I just gave an example of this, right? A howling from the fish gate means the markets, man, right? I just showed you a corner store, pizza, chicken, and steak, gyro, seafood, and ice cream. You can walk to the corner store and get it, but it's gonna be a howling at the fish gate, man. The merchants, those who own the stores, ain't gonna be able to sell you nothing. They gonna be trying to hoard any supplies they got left to sustain them their own selves, man. You know, there ain't gonna be no food, man. There ain't gonna be no food out here, and all the food that's gonna be supplied is gonna be by the government, and it's gonna be pumped full of GMOs and poisons to kill you, man. You know, it's gonna be a howling at the fish gate. People gonna be running to the market. Oh, I remember 2 weeks ago, man, it was all this chicken here. Where's it at? Yeah, can I just get a box mac and cheese? Can I get some oodles and noodles? There's nothing here. People are going to be, it's going to be all out chaos and anarchy because of the lack of bread and food, man. And when there's a lack of bread and food, what also comes with that? Pestilence, man. Disease. Dead bodies in the street, rotten. People ain't going to be lamenting, man. People gonna be fearful for their lives, man. And then you're gonna have the rape, rob, pillaging people out here on their fucking bikes like this.
It's gonna be
Riding around.
so much death, because you gotta think about it. When a lot of these people can't get the food that they need or the medicine that they need, yo, it's gonna be so much death. It's gonna start with the people who are on medications and shit, man. Motherfuckers with diabetes,
They need their insulin and all
they
that.
need their insulin or they need to eat so that they can regulate their shit.
On the sugar levels, yo. And most of the, mind you, this is crazy how Esau got you motherfuckers a trick bag. Most of the diseases that you people have were created by malnutrition and by Esau, by eating and consuming the foods that they tell you to eat. Because there's no such thing as a genetic disease, man. Look that shit up. There's no such thing as genetic disease. It's literally all about mucous membrane and nutrition. What?
2 Esdras 15, starting at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Fine, man. And that's what we're seeing right now. All over the world, war, and more war. What? Then we seeing what? Anarchy, rising of the people, sedition. We already seeing it all over the world, man. What?
It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
And the reason why the course of the action stand in the power, because in that time, that animal instinct is gonna kick in. That survival of the fittest. People are out here gonna be like, man, fuck what the cops gotta say. Fuck what the government gotta say. I got a newborn baby. I got a daughter. I got a wife. I got kids. I got people to take care of. My dad need to eat because, like the brother just said, he got diabetes. His blood sugar levels is too high or too low. I need to go get it. You think people out here getting money when there is no more money? What do you think they're going to be fighting over? Resources. Because the whole point of money is to obtain resources. But then if money is now obsolete and the CBDC system is put into place, you know how many people don't, you know how many brothers and Jake that only deal with cash because they don't want to be on the grid? You know how many motherfuckers got money stacked in their shoe boxes and shit, and then eventually that shit gonna be worthless? Then they're gonna be like, damn, bro, we gotta figure this out. It's Philly for you. It's Philly for you.
What? Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride in the cities, because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
God, it says thousands shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. The reason why, there's two reasons why you're not gonna be able to go into the city. Because when they finally, go in the city for two reasons. When all this chaos is breaking out, you know the government is going to issue a martial law where they're going to be having checkpoints at all bridges to get into almost all cities. Two, motherfuckers is not going to be trying to go into crowded areas because there's going to be so much death and destruction in these crowded areas that people are going to be trying to flee to the outskirts. Get away, get away, get away. So people are not going to be trying to see other men. You're going to see men walking down the street. You're going to be thinking, oh, yo, bro, let's go the other way, because you're going to be trying to get away from the danger, right? All right, go ahead.
Yep, it says 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Time for lack of bread and great tribulation. Go, let's go run down on somebody, man. Let's take what they got. Fuck that. It's us against them. You gotta think about all these women. All I gotta, as long as you feed me, you fuck me, I'll be happy. You know how many women that are, they literally are worthless right now? You know how many men are actually worthless, man? They can't do nothing with themselves. They have no purpose. These people are going to be meat to the beasts, man. And I say beasts because it's going to be so much wickedness going to be out here, man. You know, these women that are at ease, man. These men are, the morality going to be gone. Yo, remember Keisha that live up the street with the fat ass? She always been playing, man. You know what, man? I'm tired of it, man. Let's go.
This scary time.
Let's go grab that motherfucker.
I always want to post her ass out and shit, talking about niggas ain't shit.
Yo,
or you wish you could have this pussy.
Man, let's go fucking see what's... Bro, people gonna be going crazy, man.
They're gonna be thinking the same way with all that.
Ride out the storm by being in their underground bunkers and shit like that. But bro, that's all it means to it anyway.
Definitely gonna be in the bunkers during that time.
It doesn't... Yo, bro, you think motherfuckers ain't gonna figure out where the fuck the bunkers is at after a while, man? Yo, little shit. Bro, and then mind you, it even says that we gonna hunt them out of the holes.
Well, that's where you get the spiritual power.
God. But I'm... Go ahead.
Go to 16. 616.
Why?
Starting at 3. What's that?
That Maybach truck.
Oh yeah. It
That's
says
quiet.
616 starting at 3. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
What was funny? Everything these brothers is doing is all for pussy.
It is.
That's the crazy part. The root of it is pussy. They like, yo, they them bitches saw me out there riding my bike. I'm like, bro. But go ahead.
Bro, if bitches be impressed by anything.
Yo, anything. Oh my God, I saw him pop a willy. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, that's why I be like, that's why you be saying like, yo, nowadays, bro, like it's so easy to get pussy. Bro.
Yeah, it's
like,
easy. That's
you
why
ain't
I'm
gotta
so bad
do
for
shit, bro.
But we ain't gonna talk about that. Go ahead.
616:3. A sword is sent upon you, who may turn it back? a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when they have begun to burn?
Come on, man. Because once all of this is, mind you, it's already in motion, but once all of this is pushed further and further into motion, there's no turning it back, man. Because it's going to go into it. All of these things were judgments sent by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All these things are judgments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
It says, may any man draw, oh no, Salaki, 7. May one turn away the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can draw them away?
It said the mighty Lord has sent these plagues, man. You know, the mighty Lord has sent these plagues for judgment, man. Because there's nothing but wickedness on the earth, man. The so-called white man has polluted the whole earth, man. Has put their philosophies and their way of thinking upon the world, man. The Lord is wroth, man. All this stuff is, all these sins have raised into heaven, man, like smoke, man. And the Lord is like, what the fuck is that stench, man? Get rid of it. So the Lord is sending all these judgments upon the earth, and the only thing that's going to happen is more and more judgments are going to increase upon the earth, man. What?
It says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
Come on, man. Come on, keep on.
It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Come on, man. So look, the Lord is already putting out pestilence, war, famine, death, destruction, diseases, all types of stuff on the earth, and then he's still sending Yahweh Shah back. He's still sending Yahweh Shah back to clean house, man. And then he's letting his armory be opened, and all the arrows, the sharp arrows, which are those ICBM nuclear missiles, be shot from the ends of the earth, man, to utterly destroy chiefly Great Babylon and the territories of Esau and Edom, man. Because don't think Europe ain't gonna get hit. America gonna get hit. But don't think Europe ain't gonna get hit, man. Don't think Ukraine ain't gonna get hit, man. Don't think all the territories of the so-called white man ain't gonna get hit, man.
A lot of that shit gonna get hit from just Yahweh Shah coming back.
Exactly. Come on,
And all the angels and shit just destroying a lot of the land.
Come on, man.
Cleansing it, ultimately.
Come on, man. Cleansing it with fire. What?
Yep, it said right here, it's a spirit. It says, behold, the plagues are sent. The plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Come, what shall you do when these evils shall come? For the wicked, there's nothing you can do, because this is the judgment that was bestowed upon you for being wicked. But for the righteous, man, we have a name and a power that's going to sustain us in these times, man. That if we stay faithful unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, none of these evils shall come nigh thy dwelling, man. It won't come nigh thy dwelling. It won't come near our children, our women, nothing. We have hope, but the wicked have none. All right. This is one of the most beautiful times to be living in, because this is what the prophets of old wanted to see, man. They wanted to see the fall of kingdoms, man. They wanted to see the fall of this great empire, man. And they also wanted to see the establishment of the greatest empire that will ever be erected since the beginning of time, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. And Lord willing, we are the first fruits to be able to witness all of it, man. To witness all of it. I pray the Lord to sustain the elect. Well, we know He's going to sustain the elect, but I pray the Lord to sustain you like-minded brothers, man, to be able to see all of this, man, through Jacob's trouble, through all the wars, through the pestilence, through all the evils that are going to increase upon the earth, man, and to see those missiles shot from the ends of the earth. And Lord willing, we on them chairs watching them things hit, man, and watching the lake of fire be manifested, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you, brothers, man. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. I'm gonna be amazed at the destruction. I'm just gonna be sitting there like this though. Like, yo, this is real shit.
You know what's crazy?
That
You
new
probably,
body,
probably
bro.
not even gonna be like that because
That new body, bro.
you gonna have that new body. But remember that your brain,
That new spirit,
you gonna have that new
too.
spirit
Yeah,
too.
true.
Like you gonna be renewed. So you
just
might not be
gonna-
looking at
you
yourself.
just
You might
gonna
just
be
be like,
like-
you might just sitting there austere like, I'm here. Like you gonna be in your
just
right
gonna know
mind.
you this shit.
It's
It's
gonna,
just gonna
yeah,
be like,
it's gonna, yeah.
You gonna be,
Like,
you gonna be in your
yo,
right
like-
mind, man. You gonna be in your right mind.
Yeah, we the flesh.
Oh, that's beautiful. Jeremiah 4:7. The lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make the land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. Beautiful, man. And who's that destroyer, man? That cruel Lord that's coming to destroy and put the heathen under hill. Yahweh Shah himself, man. Big bro. He's coming, man. He's coming. So Lord willing, we've done enough. Lord willing, we can continue to do more until the doors of repentance are closed. That the Lord looks at our bodies as a living sacrifice and our labor as a love, and He counts it worthy, so that we can be sustained in the time that's coming, man. You know, but let the Lord's will be the Lord's will, man. If it's the Lord's will to kill me, let it be the Lord's will, man. I love the Lord enough to take whatever judgment He got coming for me, man. Whether He put me to death within Jacob's trouble, and I'm in my right mind in the spirit world waiting, or He sustained me until Yahweh Shah cracked the sky, man. Let the Lord's will be the Lord's will, man. I just want to see it happen. All right, what you got out?
Yeah, let me get this. Rev 6:2. Another one too. Revelation 6:2. And I saw, behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
Nah, man. And who's that on the white horse, man? That's Yahweh Shah, man. And he went forth conquering to conquer. The Lord, Yahweh Shah, is coming back to conquer and put the other nations under heel, man. At the same time, his name is a nomen omen, meaning the deliverer or the savior. He's coming to save the elect and his people, man. All right?
Revelations 19 is in the 6. It's the war in heaven, but I wanted specific.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'm not gonna stop.
lifestyle, baby.
Yeah, it's already part of lifestyle. All I needed was that little, yo, come on, get up, man, stop playing. I'm working him.
I told him that too.
I'm working him. What you looking for?
Nah, I know what it is. It's 6:2, and it's another one where Yahweh Shah come back and he
What it sound like?
where he goes and
What it sound like?
let me I found it.
Okay, what does it sound like?
It sounds like where Yahweh Shah. So Revelation 6:2 goes into how the Lord comes back. He's going to conquer and conquering. And there's another one where he says he's going to come back and to bring all the nations under his foot.
I don't know. While you looking for that, I'm gonna bring this up.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 42, and I'm gonna start at 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall
Psalms
stir.
47:3.
He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, war. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still, refrained myself. Now I will cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up the herbs. And I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools. Hey, that's it. Hey, the point was ultimately the Lord's going to come back like a man of war. You know, coming to, like you said, put all the nations in subjection and ultimately dry up and put this notion of this world to an end, man.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 47. I'm starting at verse 2. For Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Most High, is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us and the nations under our feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob, whom he loved. Salah. That's exactly what the Lord is coming to do, man. The Lord is coming to subdue these nations and put them under our feet, man. All right? The Lord is coming to establish the kingdom of heaven on earth, man, and put us in our rightful place.
Throughout, I found it too, just before it came up. I had Revelation 19 already, but I was just kind of being a little brain fart. Revelation 19, throughout it too, brother. Revelation 19, I'm gonna start at 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and the righteousness he doeth judge and make war.
And the reason why his name is Faithful and True, because he's bound by his own word. He's bound by his own name, man. He's faithful and true, man. The truth, man. Yahweh Shai is the word since the beginning, man. All right? So he's faithful and true to keep all promises that he's given to us, man, since the beginning of time, man. All right? Go ahead.
Yep, verse 12. His eyes were a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
God, but he himself, man. And I'm gonna say this, speaking as a man, the reason why he had many crowns on his head is because those are the crowns of all the nations, man.
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
You know, he comes to conquer and to take rulership over all. So he's taking the crowns of every nation, man. You know,
like the boy Xerxes had that joint.
Oh yeah. When he was going around conquering and then taking the crowns,
right. With the heads on it too, like some shit.
Yeah,
that was the other one I was trying to figure out.
I'm like, I know that. I'm like, I know what the hell that is.
Isaiah 63, starting at 1, said, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That is glorious in his apparel, travailing in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save."
That's Yahweh Shah. Who's that that coming from Basra? Basically covered in blood, man. Why? And Basra was a city in Edom, man. Was a big city in Edom, man. Esau. So the Lord is coming back to do what? To utterly slaughter the heathen, man. Go ahead.
And it says, "Where art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?"
Covered in blood.
"I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there were none with me. For I would tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury." It says, "For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come."
So the day of vengeance is in Yahweh's heart, and the year of his redeem, man. Who is he redeeming, man? The elect, his men, you know, his people, his possession, you know. So we're coming closer and closer to the day of judgment, the great day of judgment, the great day that Yahweh Shah cracks the sky, man, and it subdues the entire earth, man. And it's going to be the most glorious and beautiful day that we've ever seen in our existence, man. Lord willing, I want to see it, man. I want to be like we've been on our high and whatever we doing, and then all we hear is just rumbling. It's that.
Remember,
and you just hear a loud trumpet. I don't know what it's going to sound like. Show forth.
Go out and just see that.
You will look up.
Next thing you know, in the chariot.
Oh, yo, bro. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Go on,
Matthew 24, 30, 31. "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn."
All the tribes of the earth mourn, man. There's 18 families on the earth, man. All nations shall bow. They're going to mourn because they're also not going to understand what's going on at the time. They're going to be thinking it's alien invasion because they're basically being pre-programmed by Esau to believe that there's going to be an alien invasion. There's these gray aliens and fucking reptoids and all this other shit. And I'm pretty sure there's things that we don't even know about and beings that we don't know about. But that's neither here or there. What we worried about is salvation. So at this time, these people are going to be shaking. They're like, what the fuck's going on?
If they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds and from one end of heaven to the other.
And with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather the elect. So they shake, the whole earth going to be shaking while Yahweh Shah coming back, and he's going to come back in all his glory. Everybody going to be looking like it. It's going to be the craziest thing anybody's ever seen. They're going to, mind you, it's already going to be overkill because most people are going to be dead anyway. Then you're going to be looking up going, oh shit, is this an alien invasion? And then with a loud trumpet, you're going to start seeing fighter chariots. I call them fighter chariots. You got to think like, the big father ship, and then all of a sudden you might see a bunch of chariots coming out of the father ship or hovering around the father ship, shooting around the world, gathering the elect, man. Go ahead.
I got to move back. Second Thessalonians 1, starting at 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahweh shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, and in flaming fire taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power, when he shall come to be glorified in the saints and to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day.
Ooh, beautiful, man. That's the elect. Those who believe in Yahweh Shemal Shah are going to be, like I said earlier, going to be saved out of these calamities, man. But for the wicked, everlasting damnation, man.
Hey, Jacob trouble is ultimately for the wicked of our people, man, and in the heathen. The elect are ultimately going to go through Jacob trouble, but they're not going to be in Jacob trouble. If that makes sense.
We're going to be tested. It's our testing ground.
It's just going to be a small little like, yo, just chill out a little bit. I got y'all good. It's going to be crazy, but y'all going to be good. Just stay faithful and true. But for the 2/3, they going to be catching hell.
Catching correct, bro.
The heathen going to be catching hell, man. The elect going to be hidden. The Lord going to set us up.
Yeah, that wasn't no word. I can finish 11 and 12.
There you go.
Wherefore also we pray always for you, that our power would count you worthy of this calling, and fulfill all good pleasure of his goodness, and the work of faith with power. The name of our Lord Yahweh Shah may be glorified in you, and ye in him, according to the grace of our power, Yahweh and the Lord Yahweh Shah.
Man. So hopefully that was edifying. With that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the allotments to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to Aki, that's pushing the rock to the four corners of the planet. Shalom. To the elect.